Welcome to part 2 of understanding dimensions. And in part 1, I kind of talked through exactly what dimensions are, how we're going to use them to apply meaning and little extra measurements to the actual fact measures in our fact table. And in this short video, I ran out of time in part 1, and in this short video, I just want to point out how we can use these. And notice we finished part 1 right here. And I mentioned that in a dimension table, that data can be drilled into for more detailed information. Now, simply by putting the date time in a column, we can go in and use some SQL date part commands to pull out certain parts of the date and time and so forth, and you'll see that later on when we load. But then we can load or pre-aggregate that stuff, if you will. We can go ahead and break those apart and put them in their own dimensions and then query by those later on. So for example, hour of the day, minute of the hour, seconds, milliseconds, day of the week, all those sorts of things I talked about in part 1. I hope it'll make more sense now if I show you an actual part of the dim date table, the dimension table, that's actually part of the AdventureWorks 2012 Data Warehouse database. This is the sample database that I gave you. It's out there in the work files folder. You can go open it up and see it, and we're going to use part of that kind of as a map, and we're going to actually rebuild just a piece of that database to help you get your hands and your head around what Microsoft's wanting you to understand. But notice here, I've got a date key first of all, and this is the key. This is going to be the primary key side, and then the foreign key side is going to be over in the fact table. So we've got a number over here that, so say 52 were sold, 53 were sold, 72 were sold, 46 were sold in rows in the fact table. But the date key will correspond to the foreign date key over here, and then we can check against or query these various measures against those numbers. So let's say that for the date key on this particular date, this might correspond back to say a particular date, November 17th, 2011. Well, notice we can break this down when we load it. And notice the full date, alternate key, day number of the week is at day number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, assuming the first day of the week is on Monday. English day name of the week. Now notice in this database, we're obviously doing business maybe in 3 different countries. We have an English day name of the week, which might be Thursday. A Spanish day name of the week, who knows what that is? I'm from Tennessee. A French day of the week, certainly don't know the French for Thursday. And then we have the day number of the month. Is this the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, up to as high as the 31st? The day number of the year, and I think it's somewhere like day 321. The week number of the year, the English month name, the Spanish, the French, the month number of the year, the calendar quarter, is this the 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter? So it's very easy to go through and pull these things out and to see our data divided by these dimensions as opposed just to the actual full date 11/17/2011. So you'll see this in action, but I want you to understand that by using these various dimensions, we can further kind of slice and dice our data, and this is exactly how we're going to do it. And again, we're going to preload this information as we load these dimension tables, and you'll see that a little bit later on when we start doing our ETL work.